Okay. Look, being part of FGC is very, very overrated. And the reason why I say this, because I don't give a damn what the FGC thinks about this video. All right, I don't give a damn. So the whole reason why I'm saying this, though, right, is because why y'all want to be part of the FGC? It's better to be, a fan of the fighting game than rather be part of the fighting game community and all that extra stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Because think about this though, right? If you're just a fan of the game, you can create content, enjoy the game without dealing with toxic players or even the community, like real life people type join. Because look, man, let's be real, it's online. If online is online, you can't see the person up close, right? You know what I'm saying? If someone's really, acting all scary online, trying to act all tough, how can you act tough towards a fighting game, homie? Come on now. Shit don't make no sense. Because plus, most people acting tough in fighting games are probably people who hasn't taken a shower in like 5 days. So man, don't even worry about it though. But the fact is though is that hell, even when you're playing, just being a fan of the game, you create fan art, just create projects of the game, just be a fan of the game. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the game without having a bond to the game. That's where to the point where you can't move in life without this game getting in the way. You know what I'm saying? And another reason, though, the main reason is that a lot of online people is sometimes better than some people at these locals, at these majors and shit. Hell yeah. For sure, for sure. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this though. I come from being a Soul Calibur 6 player or like a Soul Calibur player. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, man. I've seen a lot of dope ass people in Soul Calibur 6 do some other stuff, had some setups and just control the character so smoothly. It feels like they're playing the character itself. It feels like they're actually are the character. On some real stuff though, man. I've seen so many code shit for people online than some shit at Evo. You know what I'm saying? Some shit at Combo Breaker. I've seen more coded shit online than most of that extra stuff. You know, and it's true though. You know what I'm saying? If you are heavily involved into a fighting game, that suits you, what I'm saying, fighting game that actually takes thought process, for you to process. You know what I'm saying? Not no Dragon Ball Sparking Zero type shit. Y'all know these online people are cold as hell. Some of these people, online can't beat someone at a major because they just really put in that work. And the fact is, though, they can't go to majors because, well, they got a life outside of the game. And that's one reason why you should just be a fan of the fighting game. You know what I'm saying? Because you can just enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? I know. Look, there could be some dope ass lawyers, police officers, people with high paying jobs that can go on a fighting game and still whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's better to be just a fan of a fighting game. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, with online content, how online be. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of content creators out there who can simply just, you know, be more famous as some of these people at the locals from just making content from the game. And yes, content creators are considered to be fan of fighting games because guess what? You can choose to play any other game if you want to. Your channel doesn't have to be dedicated towards this one game. And sure, you can be popular off this one game, but you can simply change it up, and and your viewers will still keep coming in. And plus, you need fans, to get to that status, which I say, you're a fan of a fighting game. So that's all I'm saying, type shit. Because honestly though, why would you want to be part of FGC? Now I'm gonna explain this shit into three different tiers, right? You got tier one, which is the FFG, fan of fighting game. Then you have tier two, the FGC, the fighting game community. And then you have three, the fighting game gated community. Yeah, the people who have all the sponsors and stuff who's able to do this, do that, right? You know what I'm saying? Type join. So I kind of already explained, tier one, what I'm saying, which is fan of fighting game, what I'm saying? Very cool, what I'm saying? You can enjoy the game, type join, what I'm saying? And matter of fact, just the presence of online in general, the fact is you have so much freedom, for you just playing this game or just being a fan of the game. It's like there's a lot of people out there who legit, like I said, can, maybe hoop, be some cold ass hoopers, uh, have high paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be coded at a fighting game and still have a good paying job. You know what I'm saying? So the game is just, for fun. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have passion for a game, but can still have another career outside the game. Maybe have a better, job chasing something else besides trying to be part of the FGC, the fighting game community, that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong being a fan of fighting games. See, a lot of people get offended and be like, well, no, man, I'm part of the FGC. I'm strong in the FGC. No, I don't think you want to be really part of the FGC because man, I'm gonna get into that in a little bit, but the fact is though, you being a fan of the game is that you have so much freedom, so much just just have so much fun. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no bondage towards this game. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people who have bondage towards the game, they are always on some try hard shit. You know what I'm saying? They always feel like I have to win, win, win. But if you're just a fan of a game, let's say if you lose a lot, you could just simply put down the game, move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Sure, you're not getting paid no money. That's not really true because you could even do some online tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, which is still to me a fan of fine game because you're not really going to the local, traveling to get this shit done. But at the same time, though, what I'm saying, you could probably win some money off of online tournament. Maybe like a Discord or something like that. You know what I'm saying? If I can get some cold ass people to do a Discord, you know what I'm saying, and just or hell, even if I can get some people that across the world that's cold as hell, like from Japan, India, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That could probably whoop some ass. That would never even you know you never see him in a major. So I just feel like the freedom of the game and the whole point of the game, the arcade style of the game, in my personal opinion, or actually no, I'm gonna say this: the fun style of arcade playing into fighting games comes from being a fan of the fighting game. You know what I'm saying? Where we just mostly play it, looks cool, have the freedom, and then we just move on with our day. It's kind of like you go to arcade, you play it, and just move on with your day. You know what I'm saying? You don't really feel too angry or whatever. Just it is what it is type joint. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it be. Uh, and next, I'm gonna explain being a part of the actual FGC. And yes, I have been in and out of some local tournaments, and I have participated in some online tournaments. Honestly, though, the online tournament was pretty cool. I won one in Naruto Storm 4, and yes, I had played Storm 4. It's a very easy game. It was a little bit addicting, but I realized a bunch of bullshit going on, so I stopped playing after I won the tournament. And I also won some couple local tournaments, from playing Smash Brothers, Smash 4 in particular. So, yeah, some real shit though. So the fact is though is that yeah. So even like I said, if you think about this though for a quick second, right? The whole thing between tier one, tier two, and tier three, right? You know what I'm saying? The FFG, FGC, and FGGC, right? Is that if we look at a couple years ago, right? Since I'm an O2 baby, right? uh Before the dawn of online play was getting into fighting games, what I'm saying, the only way for you to get the online experience back in the day was to actually go to locals and tournaments. So let's say from like the early 2000s to maybe mid 2000s, right? It made sense for you to go to a local tournament, you know what I'm saying, because that's where you found the competition. Because if you're not, if you have a fighting game, the only people that you play against is probably the CPU, maybe your family members, some friends. But before the age of online gaming, like I said, you didn't really have the access to really go fight these advanced people. You're able to go test out your skills, see if you're good at the game or not. Type joint, you know what I'm saying? Even myself, growing up as a kid, I went to to some of these local tournaments. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty fun. Sure you meet some people that are a little bit antisocial type joint. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it gets even weirder I mean, it gets even weirder once you're past like I'll say out of high school type joint. You know what I'm saying? That's where they get really weirder. But when you're in school and high school, it really ain't all that weird. But at the same time, though, it's just yeah, there really are some anti-social people. I'm talking about, man, gamers have to be the most anti-social people in the entire world, like most than anime and manga people. The thing about anime and manga people is that we have to at least talk about our passions, to try to convince people. But the gamers can kind of just keep to themselves because the gamer always wants to win, 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 and especially for a fighting game, the whole point is win, 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 win. So how can what I'm saying? It's just if you keep losing and you feel like you're not really doing enough, you're just gonna kind of shut down and all that stuff. So I understand the whole point of being antisocial for gamers, for the FGC, but the also thing for the FGC is that you're gonna meet a lot of people that stink that haven't taken showers a lot, man. I remember this one time I was actually playing an arcade not too long ago, back in June. Uh, for me, my brother was playing Soul Calibur 2, and this guy right next to us in the cabinet, he was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, man. This guy smelled like straight skunk, and I don't mean like the weed type smell. Like this dude's armpit stunk like a mug, bro. Like stunk. It was just hella nasty to smell, man. I'm surprised that you can leave a house like that, bro. It's like, what I'm saying, put on some damn deodorant, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and it's just the whole experience of me playing the Soul Calibur 2 arcade cabinet was so cold, for me, and my brother and that stuff, and my uncle too was so cold. But the fact is though was that that guy he just kind of ruined like the smell for me to the point where I couldn't like my damn nostrils had closed up. I had a severe sinus after that. Like this shit smells so bad. I just couldn't breathe type joint, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that people go at the house want to play games like that. So if you ever think about this stuff, right? If you're getting your ass whooped online, just remember that some people are actually like that playing this game, whooping your ass sometimes, which is kind of true though. But going to local like that, I can't do it. But I've seen a lot of people, especially in the Smash Bros. Community, who have definitely been like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just really gonna stink. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're using your thumbs to try to move the character as fast as possible. Of course, your thumbs go into your arm motion, and your arms are moving, and your armpits start sweating. So it's naturally, it's just natural for you to start sweating. But seeing that is just one of the negative things about being part of the FGC. Is just kind of bogus. You know what I'm saying? Tight joint. Um, Another reason though too is that you being part of the FGC is that you have to travel a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to go to like some of these tournaments that like a major tournament where a lot of these big players are at, you have to spend a lot of money just to get there. And even if you win or you get top eight, nigga, all the money that you spend to get over there, you won't even win in the cash, in the winner's prize. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You have to fly over there. Let's say you want to fly, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just fly because, just to be safe that way, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's more easier on your hands and your eye hand coordination, and just tiredness type shit. Let's say some people fly, let's say from like, this is gonna be strange when I say this, from Oregon to like Texas, right? Let's say they're there, for Texas Showdown, right? So they go over there, they travel the plane fee, you know what I'm saying? Their entire life is trying to get better at the game, so they don't really have much, their job is kind of iffy if they have enough money to get to this, to that job, because there's a lot of people in the FGC who don't have jobs. They think playing the game is their job, so they kind of just leech upon other people, to get this kind of, type of money type joint, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll go to their mom and dad's to help them out type joint. You know what I'm saying? So trying to get over there, maybe through an airplane is very expensive enough. Staying at a hotel that's near the venue maybe is highly expensive, especially go over to LA type joint, you know what I'm saying? You want to go for a local, like Evo and Vegas and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's highly expensive over there. And then eventually if you want to paying for food, shower, clothes, all that extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? There's so many factors that play into this, from trying to go to a local. You spend all that money, and maybe, if you don't reach top eight, or even hell, even go straight to top 16, or hell, even top 30, man. Let's say you just go over there and you get your ass whooped in like the first like match, then second match you just lost. Now you had to tournament. Now you're just there, in the city, just spend all that money and then win no money. So that's one thing about being an FGC player is that a lot of people they sacrifice a lot to get down this road. Like I said, it's a very difficult one. Is it worth it? If you have the skill, you have the passion again, yes, you can travel through it, but you have to go through a lot of obstacles and do a lot of bodies to get from the FGC to B to the FGGC, which is from tier 2 to tier 3. You know what I'm saying? The FGGC, the fine game gated community, is then they're like, I finally made it. You know what I'm saying, I'm actually getting paid money because, once you get the sponsor, they know that, they pay for everything type for you to go to the locals and, to the tournaments. So, but the one reason why I do not suggest for you to go into the FGC because you're gonna meet a lot of weird ass people, especially if you come out of high school, right? If you're young, being in the FGC, you're gonna see it like such just a lot of antisocial people that just very envious towards you and just very creepy as fuck. I mean that for real, like on some real stuff though, on some suspicious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink, wink. Very strange type joint. And it's just like being part of the FGC, what I'm saying, especially where everyone's trying to make the top, you're gonna feel a lot of envy and a lot of jealousy, you know what I'm saying? Because the best way for you to get to that spot where you need to be at is what being through your homies and your friends, you know what I'm saying? There's the whole point of fighting games is that someone's gotta win. And it's not just a thing with fighting games too, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with like let's say like for like track and field, you know what I'm saying? Any sport that's like an individual sport, there's gonna be some sort of envy and animosity towards you and maybe your homies and your friends, you know what I'm saying? Because you're constantly beating them, you know what I'm saying? You're the one that's cold as hell type joint, And either there's gonna be envy or animosity, there's gonna be a lot of bandwagoning. I don't like to see none of that shit. I personally think that everybody, or if you put in the work, you shouldn't downgrade yourself and be like, oh man, that guy's cold. If you put in all that work, then you should never ever say that guy is better than you. You know what I'm saying? You can appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's cold, but don't say someone's better than you. If you put in 100 hours of work into this specific thing, you should say, "Oh yeah, okay, he cold, but shoot, I ain't gonna say he better than me because I could definitely put in the work and get to that point too. Everybody got to put in the work into that point. So if you put in the work, just appreciate the guy that beat you, but don't ever say he's better because that's when you've been mentally defeated. That's when you be like, man, I can't go over this obstacle. Which every obstacle in life can be jumped over. So and shoot, that's facts right there. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I just don't recommend being part of the FGC Tier 2. It's a very hard trail to try to get past, man. There's a lot of people that just act really weird. Like, for example, this guy named Aris, right? You know what I'm saying? Since I am a Soul Calibur player, right? You know what I'm saying? Or I'm Soul Calibur player, Smash Bros. Player. Starting to get into more the DOA, Z Fires player. And what else I can say? What else player am I? And a kind of a Killer Instinct player. I played the game in years, but most I guess you say definitely like a smash, well, actually no. I think you say like a Soul Calibur player, right? So this guy named Aries, right? He's a legendary Voldo, and back in Soul Calibur 2, what I'm saying, one of the greatest fighting games of all time, you know what I'm saying, where Soul Calibur was legit being Tekken, which I still think Soul Calibur is way better than Tekken. And the DOA and Soul Calibur has carried 3D fighting games for 20 years, so all this hype for Tekken, I don't know where the hell it came from. which I guess we all know where it came from. You know, what I'm saying, came from Street Fighter Five from it failing. So man, so all those people that was making Street Fighter Five in the beginning and made Guile DLC, y'all done messed up because of y'all. Tekken 7 got more attention than Soul Calibur. So imagine if Tekken 7 had died, Soul Calibur would have been getting all that Tekken 8 budget. And then we would really got to see, Soul Calibur shine like, back in Soul Calibur 1, 2, and 3. So I blame Street Fighter. Blame y'all for making that mess of Street Fighter 5, man. Some real talk though. But anyway though, like I said, I'm getting off out of hand and out of topic. But the fact is though is that, this guy named Aries, right? You know what I'm saying? He was a co-voto player, back in Soul Calibur 2, still is kind of cold at the game. But Aries, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of people out there, he's been kind of, unfiltered. And back in 2012, right, this is Capcom versus Tekken thing, or if I remember correctly, Tekken versus Street Fighter thing, right? You know what I'm saying? I kind of forgot about the game. But anyway, though, there's this clip or there's this footage where Aries is, sexually harassing this female that's on his team. Now, this is why I say it's not good to be part of FGC type joint, because like you said, you got people out here that's literally going to defend sexual harassment, just like how Aries was doing. Like literally, this guy has made statements where it's normal to sexually harass people in the fighting game community, the FGC. Which is why I say it's probably better to be a fan of the community, a fan of fighting games, not being part of the fighting game community, because you have a lot of envy, a lot of weird ass people, and Aries is definitely, or is one of these people. Now, people like, well, no, BC Aries changed his ways. Well, how do you know that? I don't know. Maybe he's still doing the same thing. Ari seems like the kind of dude that's not gonna really change his mind all that quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially coming from a guy who literally was one of the coldest players in Soul Calibur 2. You fought Dan the Night type joint. You know what I'm saying? So you think that he's gonna really change the mentality? He's probably heard and seen a lot during those days, but the dude is physically on camera, and then the defendant saying, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, it's okay to sexualize harass people in the FGC. It's normal. Uh, Completely just wow, just weird, you know what I'm saying? Especially how a lot of people, let her watch his videos on, how he is today, type joint, you know what I'm saying? Very strange, just very, very strange. Actually, matter of fact, there's an entire clip I'm gonna show y'all how he's just kind of acting weird towards his girl and just how he just made her feel uncomfortable, especially being uncomfortable during a fighting game. It's very odd, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I want to take it, I just put the game down and just I'll be like, man, get the fuck out my face, nigga. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit though, I'd be like that, you know what I'm saying? Like on some real stuff. I'm surprised she had a lot of composure. I'm surprised she didn't call the boyfriend come, whoop his ass on some shit like that. But especially when it was on camera and he was calling out the boyfriend. But anyway, I'm for sure this clip about how weird, the FGC can get.
The next time you make a mistake like that, I'm gonna smell you. Real close too. I'm gonna do it for your boyfriend.
Oh,
shout out to your boyfriend.
Don't say that.
What's his name? I'm gonna say his name while I'm smelling you.
Don't say that.
Like that, Nathan? Your girlfriend smells good, Nathan.
Oh, nice and pretty. Oh, man.
You're a lucky man.
I eat her up and start whooping. She's all yours. Ain't that right, Nathan?
Good. Nice.
Sucks. That cartwheel kick sucks, man.
I don't want to hear any complaining, Miranda. You're about to get smelled.
No,
7 seconds left.
It's only one.
7, 3.
It's only one.
Yeah, I know. You're halfway to getting smelled. I'm gonna get real close for this one.
You already are. Wait.
You need to focus, Miranda. Come on.
Dude, I told you I need to break like a long time ago.
Look.
Okay. I'll do my best.
It's crazy.
17 seconds, 15 seconds.
I'm doubting that.
I'm about to smell you, Miranda.
Got me.
I'm about to smell you, Miranda.
Okay, cool. Smell me so I can go. Alright, that's
What's your boyfriend's name? Joe?
Wow, you said it.
That ain't Joe. Kelvin?
So clearly after that clip, right, you saw how weird he was acting, trying to sniff on her and calling on the boyfriend, saying, F the boyfriend, saying your mind type shit, I'm saying? There's a whole video on YouTube about it. Like, matter of fact, I'm putting it to the link in the description below. The whole 30-minute video about it. Even though the quality was a little low, that's how it was. It was me, it was lagging up, but seeing that was insanely crazy. So I feel like that's another reason why, shoot, Do you want to be part of the FGC? You want to see a lot of people like that? And the fact is that, and then the fact is though that no one spoke up on that, right? Especially that guy that was right next to her too. You know what I'm saying? He just staying quiet the whole time. Like, why are you not saying nothing about it? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people that don't want to speak up for some odd reason, which is why I say gamers, especially people in the fighting game community, is so antisocial. Like, bro can't speak up on people like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Any fat dude try to speak some shit like that to my girl, man, I'm coming up there real quick, nigga. Come on now. Or hell, even if I'm in the room, and be like, man, Aries, hey, stop, bro. What the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? She's trying to focus and shit. And we on camera, bro. You know what I'm saying? The fact is that no one really spoke up on that is highly insane. Highly insane. Or the fact is that I think even Tasty Steve in that video was kind of going on to it, making jokes about it too. So very, very weird. Like I said, it's old school stuff, but shit like that's still happening. Like for example, the whole thing with Smash Bros, man. I remember I saw like a little post the other day on Reddit. Dude, there was like an entire like I just kept swiping down on how many allegations came out for the Smash Brothers people back in 2020, man. See, this is why I don't really defend Smash Bros. What I say Smash Ultimate is ultimate disappointment. I made a whole video on that too. Not because on the gameplay in the game itself, because the fucking community. Because all that, dog, that's worse than what Diddy's all that Diddy shit is going on right now. That was way worse. We talking like, man, like ESPN put Smash Bros on blast. Like I don't believe that we need another Smash Bros for a fast minute. As much as I want a brand new one, I don't know. I mean, can the community even heal for something like that, bro? Because this was some heavy, dirty stuff. We talking like all the high top players were doing some weird shit, and this is why I'm saying like, y'all. I mean, all the good players, or even hell, the players are bandwagoning off the high rank players, and the people who are part of the FGGC, the fine game gated community, were just either bandwagon or doing some weird shit. It's just very weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Very strange, man. Like, for example, like it's just so damn weird, bro. So damn weird. So damn weird. Uh, how much of that got exposed? Like I said, I knew it was crazy thing back in 2020, but after seeing through that list on the Reddit post I saw way earlier today, I was just like, man, I forgot how much of a list it was. How many people they exposed for this joint, man. I legit forgot. But shit, that was a lot. Yeah, man, that was a lot. Uh, Now I'll give you a whole nother example, right? Since I'm a Soul Calibur 6 player, I'm a Soul Calibur player. There's this guy named what's his name? Woes? Yeah. No, not Woes. What's his name? IRM? Yeah, this guy named IRM Maxi, right? Actually, I want to do more research on this. I want to make sure I'm trying to say his name right. Yeah, okay. So this is one Maxi player, right? His name is IRM, right? Call Maxi player, correct? Now I'm a big Maxi player too. Like I said, yeah, I think Maxi is one of the coolest characters out there. He's very simple, very hard to do in high advanced caliber, but because everybody knows his moves. But I feel like every Maxi player has their own little play style. Anybody do the same strings? Sure, you're getting red, but that mix up stuff is every Maxi different type joint. You know what I'm saying? But anyway though, so this whole thing back in I think like back in 2020, you know what I'm saying, with the same thing with allegations though, right? With all the Smash Bros, stuff coming out. There was this thing going on between, I guess, in a stream where IRM was exposing how SoCal people can be weird too. And honestly, yeah, I think some of them could be weird because even if you hop online, a lot of people, will kick you out the room if you won too much in the lobby, especially against some A rankers and some S rankers. And it's very strange and weird. But to see this from IRM is very kind of strange though, you know what I'm saying? And I think we already know what type of high level players he's talking about because he's saying pretty much that he got replaced by a guy named Rich Sticks, right? I've seen this Maxi though too. He's pretty cool though. And him and IRM both have two different Maxis. So he's pretty much saying that with these high level players for years, and then they just suddenly kind of diss on them, kind of ghost them, and be like, man, you know, fuck you, type shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking no more because we found a better player, type joint. And he literally said in this video that it almost caused him to shoot himself in the brain. Like he got so frustrated, like he was about to kill himself, type joint. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all footage of this, like on some real quick shit, of how this guy was kind of affected by, the little toxicity of being in the, in the FGC, and seeing that from Soul Calibur, which, like I said, since Aries is from Soul Calibur too, and seeing this too is just very, very strange in my personal opinion. But seeing this happen, and this is how it is sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It might not be popular, but But stuff like this is still happening, probably to this very day. We just don't know about it yet. So I'm for sure I'll just clip real quick.
But to me, it's like this. It's like, holy shit. Well, I've been playing with these people for about like 7 years or so. Like all the way through like my late teens and through college and shit. I was playing with these people specifically. Was sitting in calls with these people specifically for hours and 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 hours on end. We talked about a whole bunch of shit. I thought these people were my best friends. But it's like, oh, because I'm not good at the fucking game anymore, there's somebody else. And it's like, you can say, it's like, okay, well, yeah, nobody said that specifically. However, the actions dictate it, especially from the conversations we've had in the past. If you don't think we've sat there and been like, yeah, why the fuck would I play Joe Schmo when I can play this guy? Why would I play this person if I can play this guy? Why would I play this person if I can play this guy? You know what I mean? As fucking stupid as that is. Here's my thing, bro. Okay, you know what the problem was? You know what the problem was, Rakudo? I called this issue out last year at CEO. I made the mistake of letting a couple of the homies out there know my fucking sentiments with the community because I saw them starting to dodge me. You feel me? I already started, like, if you go back and it's like, oh, why are you dodging me? Like, when that shit started, that was around the time where my mind started to fucking crack, dude, when it came to this fucking community. That's where my mind started to fucking crack. When I started getting dodged for fucking games because Rich started getting so good. Which made no sense to me because me and him played opposite ways. Yeah, so I found myself in this weird spot, right? Like, I had like that huge thing. Because, like, bro, and I'm so sorry for worrying all the homies out there, bro, because I really was going to kill myself over a couple of the people that are, like, high-level niggas in this community. Like, I was literally about to put a hollow point 19 fucking bullet in my fucking brain over these people. And I'm glad that I didn't because now I get my fucking dream. This right here, do you see this right here? You see that combo? All I've ever wanted was this right here, to get hit by these inputs by woes. This is all, dude, this is all I fucking wanted, was to get my fucking dream match back versus my fucking idol woes. And so my thing is, alright, so it's like, yo, I'm glad that I didn't get to do that, because it's like, now I'm enjoying this game, because Setsuka's in it, and I get to see, like, my best friend play his character, and then, like, that makes me happy. It makes me more happy than, like, trying to, like, be a clout monster and or like somebody who's like trying to like be a community figure or trying to, like, you know. That was really good.
Man, so after seeing that though, right, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of shocking, you know what I'm saying? I remember I was just watching it because, you know, of Woe's Setsuka was just like fast and like cutting, but hearing that in the first like 7 minutes of the video, I was like, damn, that's just wow, you know what I'm saying? And actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna share that video in the link as a link in the description below. I love when I say that thing, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, back in the day, you know, back in like, you know, old YouTube days, you know, you used to be so excited to be like, yeah, guys, check out the link in the description below, you know what I'm saying? So on some type of stuff. But anyway though, on some real stuff though, so yeah, so I had to see these clips. Why would you want to be part of the of the FGC? Like why? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's if you do go through it, you have to go through a lot of bodies, people to beat, a lot of weird people, you know what I'm saying? Because once you beat these people, they're gonna try to get weird with you, type joint, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to respect it, they want to envy you and catch you off guard and try to be all sweet and be like, hey man, come hang out with us, high level players. I can teach you some things for the game and I'll also try to do some weird shit. But just seeing that, or just knowing that, because like I said, I've been to locals type shit, and yeah, there are definitely some people that probably are on that outside of the the tournament or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just very strange and odd, you know what I'm saying? So if you are going down the road, just be very careful. That's the only thing I gotta say. Now, next for the last tier, the FGGC, the Fine Game Gated Community. You know what I'm saying? This is where, you know, you're being funded by sponsors, you know what I'm saying, or the sponsor like Red Bull, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Any of the sponsors, just, they're paying for your flights, you're paying for your hotel, to make sure you're, okay, and you're on an actual bankroll, you know what I'm saying, or a payroll where, you're getting money to play this game. Now, the only thing about being part of the FGGC is that this is your life now. And the game is your job. If you're getting paid by a company or, the company that made the game, or hell, even like any sponsor, or whatever, right? And yes, I do consider this to be a job, like on some real shit though. But BC's and YouTube and Twitch, the same thing. No, because you need fans to do that, like saying, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a content creator on YouTube and Twitch. You don't have to specifically play Tekken or Soul Calibur or Street Fighter to keep your views up. You know what I'm saying? This could be this of your choice. But people like let's say like Punk, the guy who plays Street Fighter. That dude only posts Street Fighter content. I haven't really seen him play much of anything else besides maybe a couple fighting games or whatever. But uh yeah, all he does is post fighting games. Dog don't play nothing else. Like a lot of these people getting sponsored by fighting games just play fighting games. Now, I don't know if I want to sacrifice my freedom like that, just to play the one game. But if it's a job, it's a job. But it's like, if you remember to just look, if you do that, if you're in this position to be part of the FGC, that tier 3, it's your job to play this game and to try to win tournaments. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that brand or that sponsor that's paying for your trips and your flights, they can get that, that rep, you know what I'm saying? Type joint, you know what I'm saying? Like for example, like Arslan Ash, you know what I'm saying? He's a thing, it's going well in Pakistan, you know what I'm saying? I think he's probably like a national figure at this point, you know what I'm saying? I think he deserves a lot more attention, you know, for sure, for what he's doing in Tekken and all that stuff. Uh but the one thing about the FGC that kind of always bothered me is that a lot of people in the FGC, you know what I'm saying, the rotten people, in the middle, tier 2, they praise the people in tier 3 like they're like celebrities, like a Kobe or a Michael Jordan type joint, you know what I'm saying? Like they praise them like they're big old people, you know what I'm saying? Like like for example, for example, you will never see maybe a Daigo and a Michael Jordan ever be in the same room. You'll never see a Justin Wong in the same room or in the same room as Cristiano Ronaldo. But yet we treat these people like they're like high level celebrities, man. And I feel like though maybe we should be that way, this type shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like those people that's getting paid, should be in that position because a lot of people don't know that fighting games are really tough to play, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You have to, because fighting games is an individual damn sport. You have to really go through so many people, like step over so many bodies, like you saying, had that killer ass mentality to really get to where you need to be at, you know? Right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even team wise, bro, it's hard to be on a team. It's hard to be on a team, in the FGC, because like I said, there's so much envy that goes on within, playing a fighting game, being locally type shit. Because you have to try to beat that person. There's so much to it. I mean, do some people have fun with the game? I mean, I don't believe so. If your entire job is to legit play this game, not play nothing else, or you barely have time to even do anything tied to playing in the game or hell to do most other things, I feel like, yeah, I mean, you have to have a little bit of fun, but it's gonna get to you at some certain point. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm really, people are really stuck playing this game type joint. Um, shoot. But I'm also very surprised though too is that how come out of all the agency players, right? You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like people, some people like Sonic Fox is getting paid like maybe like $800,000, or who else is the top highest paying fighting game player? Like the guy, what's his name? UMA, you know what I'm saying? Who plays Street Fighter 6, right? He's getting paid $1 million, right? He's probably the first dude to even touch a million, when it comes to playing like actual like fighting game. But even though in today's generation, you know what I'm saying, that you can legit make like at least over $100,000 from playing a fighting game, which is actually pretty dope though. But at the same time though, it's like, how come out of all the esports, the fighting game people are so damn low? Because you look at the highest paying player in esports, that goes to No Tail, and he plays Dota 2. Matter of fact, if you look at this image that I'm showing you on the screen right now, all these players, the highest like top 30, highest paying players are all making over $1 million from playing in a Dota 2. From all playing Dota 2, bro. Esports players, yeah. And then you look at fighting game players, bro. Nigga, we only reaching just to 1 million, bro. 1 million. But it's so strange to me though too, because a lot of people treat these high level fighting game players like they're celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see them on the street, everybody's the whole crowd going crazy. Now, I'm real with y'all, man. Being part of FGCC, the tier 3. These aren't people that, if you see on the street, oh yeah, hey, that's Hungrybox. Nah, man, hey, look, if Hungrybox was walking the street, you'd just be like some average person on the street type joint, you know what I'm saying? Uh yeah, because that's how almost every fighting game person is. They're just mostly just normal people that know how to kick ass in the game. Um but I'm kind of just a little bit disappointed how some of these players don't get like the same treatment as like the sport athletes, man, because the fighting games, man, there's something else that just take a lot of skill and some dedication to the point where it's like people are putting in thousands of hours to some of these games to get really better. You know what I'm saying? Like most athletes can put 1,000 hours to something, they'll get that shine eventually. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is though that how come we as the high level fighting game players don't get that same level of shine? So that's why I say, is it really kind of worth to go from the FGC to the FGGC? Because sure, I mean you, you do get paid a lot of money, which is definitely true though. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely kind of a dream, but I want that celebrity status to the point where I can walk in the same room as any sports athlete, as a movie star type joint. Because, man, like I said, you have to go through you have to step over so many bodies and people just to get to where you're at, man. Like this need to be a little bit more appreciated type joint. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's like you're by yourself type joint. You know what I'm saying? No one else can help you out with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have coaching or whatever it is, it's still you. You still have to do all the work to get to where you need to be at. So I just feel like on some real stuff though, man, it's like how come like man, how come Hungry Box can't, bag him like a badass supermodel, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're making what I was making over $400,000, damn near 500K. You know what I'm saying? How come these players that are so high level, right? So loved by the community type joint, right? You know what I'm saying? How come these high level players can't bag themselves no supermodel? You know what I'm saying? How come you know what I'm saying? How come Daigo can't bag himself like a badass like Japanese supermodel? You know what I'm saying? And that dude's a fucking legend in the in the FGC history. I'm surprised that Justin Wong didn't bag himself some some high supermodel too. Because I'm saying like all these egos out here that so proclaim to be so geeky and nerd with the nerd culture. I'm surprised they ain't hitting up these type of people right here. Because think about it though for real. Because imagine if imagine if your man is getting money, getting $1,000 from playing a fighting game. Like I say, he's not going out. He's at the crib. He's chilling. Has time to spend with you. That's damn near perfect. I'm surprised a lot of these people, a lot of these hot, e-girls and all these, nice ass women that love to, to be part of nerd culture are not going after these fighting game players. Like these people are really putting in work and they really are, doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? They're hustling, to get the bag of the money. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the, the FGGC type joint. I'm surprised a lot of these, I said these girls are not doing it. I'm just surprised that like a lot of like I said, a lot of these high rank players aren't known today like a super model. I maybe on a D level, they could be cracking someone on the low, but I don't really see that though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't see it. I don't. It's very strange to me though. Like you know what I'm saying? Because you have a lot of people that's looking up to you type shit. That will appreciate you, but yet uh man, you can't live like a whole celebrity, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're getting treated like one, but you can't live like one type joint, you know what I'm saying? Where I can like walk into, go into like a really fancy, like restaurant. I'm thinking that, all the celebrities, they know my name type joint. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, I feel like Ninja is the only person in esports where everybody kind of knew his name, like from athletes to everybody, bro. Like this name was known worldwide and he's making what 500K a damn month? Oh hell no! Hey, that gotta be the most highest paid esports player out there. Or I think he was. I mean, I think he still is. But that dude was the most like everybody knew his name. Shoot, I don't even play for him, but everyone knew the name Ninja, even though it's the most kind of original name out there. Ninja. Like what I'm saying. That's okay. But fact is though is that it worked. You know what I'm saying? People knew his name. I mean, shoot, he was beating people. I mean, he was damn. That dude was a celebrity. He's going on Steve Harvey show. You know what I'm saying? Going on talk shows and all that stuff. I just feel like how come we can't have the same energy towards people in the FGGC and Tier 3, which they deserve that credit though. But I guess is it really worth it doing all this, putting on these hours, thousands of hours sometimes to really get to the FGC? Going through that big stumble of a mess to do do Tier 2 to get to Tier 3. And I know you're making the money, you're traveling a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I can't live like an actual celebrity, like how some of these players is type joint. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy though too is that some of these people it's crazy though that some of the people in tier 3, right, in the FGGC is getting paid more than the WNBA players, but yet the WNBA players get more recognizing, get more of that shine and recognition in the street sometimes, right? You know what I'm saying? They can walk in look, they can walk in a favorite restaurant or walk into a restaurant and be like, "Hey, aren't you, who, Ty Joint, Even though I do believe that the WNBA is not really all that popular, but at least they can walk to a restaurant. People be like, "Hey, aren't you who?" You know what I'm saying? Aren't you Joe Schmo Ty Joint? You know what I'm saying? It's just that's in the same way with the FGGC. You know what I'm saying? It's just we don't see that though. You know what I'm saying? We don't see it between the people in the FGC Ty Joint. You know what I'm saying? People who play the fighting game, but we don't see that outside the fighting game, which is just very disappointing to me. So it just makes you question, like, what's the point? What like, what's the actual point of coming this, doing all that just to, not live like a like a damn ninja type joint. Because I feel like they do deserve all that stuff, you know. On some real shit though. Yeah. So anyway, though, so the whole point of the video was that, man, me personally, I would rather and deeply be a fan of the fine game. You know, what I'm saying, where I can go to another career. Like I said, there's some lawyers out here, cops. You know, like for example, Emery Reigns. You know, he's a cold ass DOA player. You know, what I'm saying, who makes content, is almost as famous or more famous than most of these people that go to locals, just making content and have fun with the game. You know, what I'm saying, you can't hit on that. So I feel like, yeah, and he's something outside the game. So that's where I think more people need to strive to be, is something like that type joint. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people out here, need to treat the game as for fun. You know what I'm saying? But try to go achieve your goals in life. You know what I'm saying? If you have a goal or hobby outside of the game, I feel like you'll be a lot more happy that way. I feel like you'll appreciate more the game and just be a little more happy. You know, that is my personal opinion right there. I know that FGC could be full of weirdos and creeps. There's so many cases out there I could have said in this video that I didn't say in the video, but in the same time though, in my personal opinion, and on some real talk though, on some true talk, I recommend, if y'all are going to the journey to be one of these high level players and you feel like you got it, go ahead, but just be wary, man. Just be wary. For example, there's a lot of high level players out there who have reached the FGC. Like for example, Zero, who plays Smash Brothers, right? Once he quit, he started focusing on himself. That dude, he a different person. He ain't Fat Zero. He ain't built like the number Zero. he he built something else, bro. He's a whole different person, man. So that's why I feel like, what I'm saying, if you just have fun in the game, focus on your life and have more fun in the game, then you could just be who you are, what I'm saying? And just enjoy the game for it is, because games are meant to be joy, not to meant to, just to win all the time, be envious and be hating and just be weird towards people. So, and to me, that's just facts right there.